Good morning, great Americans. This is another great American video. Well, I just sort of felt like I needed to make this video. It's sort of the culmination or the summation of, everything that has gone on for the last few years. And maybe you could even say ever since 2016. So behind me is a man who has been lied about, who has been attacked, who has been wrongfully accused, had fake illegal impeachments try to take him down, had fake phony charges from multiple DAs across the country trying to steal the election and pull him out of the race. They tried to bankrupt him. They've tried to destroy his character by telling all sorts of lies. He's not a racist. He's not a homophobe. He's not any of that stuff. He's not going to destroy democracy, even though we're a republic and not a democracy. He's not going to destroy the Constitution. All those lies that they've told about Trump are actually what the Democrats actually do. So like most power-hungry, mad authoritarians, one of the, Adolf Hitler used to say, the bigger the lie, the better, or the bigger the lie, the more people will buy it. And that's exactly what the Democrats engage in, because they are the true fascists. Everything they accuse Trump of are the things that they themselves are actually guilty of. And then, so what do? Getting near the election, they spew out more sheer hate and lies than I ever thought was unimaginable in my country, in the United States of America. Literally calling him Hitler, literally saying he will destroy the nation and destroy. And now, what happens? Someone believed those insane liars at CNN and MSNBC and in the Democrat Party. Somebody believed those insane liars and tried to kill that man. And the other night, as you can see right behind me, after all the hell that this man has gone through, he actually got up and asked for unity. He said he wanted to be president of all the people. He said he wants to restore unity and restore American greatness, make America great again. I mean, that's a real thing. Okay, so this video is a culmination of all that. It's also a culmination of everything I've been telling you on the few, I'm not a big article writer, but I wrote a few things that are on my website. Please read them. I'll put a link in the description of this video. I've made several videos on various topics. Please like and share. Please, I'm a nobody. Nobody sees my videos, but everything in my videos is true. And I sure wish I would really appreciate it if you liked and shared this particular video. Because, let me tell you something. Let me tell you two things. First of all, I remember when Oliver Stone made the movie called JFK. Who remembers JFK by Oliver Stone? It was a pretty well done movie, had a lot of stars. And when people were walking out of the theater, almost most of Americans were convinced that Lee Harvey Oswald did not act alone. And a lot of Americans were convinced that the government, in some way or another, to some degree, or elements of the government, maybe I should say, certain rogue elements within the government, had a hand in assassinating John F. Kennedy. Now, I want you to think about that because, Oliver Stone, he's no Republican. He's pretty much a Democrat. And he made this movie. And he was convinced, and he convinced many, that elements in the government had a hand in killing John F. Kennedy. So somebody tell me why it is so unbelievable that government or elements in the government, what we like to call the deep state, had a hand in stealing the 2020 election and possibly had a hand in the assassination attempt of Trump. Why is it so easy to believe Oliver Stone's movie, the government had a hand in killing Kennedy, but why are people ridiculed when they say the government or elements of the government may have had a hand in stealing the election and trying to kill Trump? Think about it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Which one is more likely? Well, let me tell you something and remind you that I said in another video. The term conspiracy theorist, do you know where that came from? It was invented at the time of the John F. Kennedy assassination. So when the government came out and said that Lee Harvey Oswald, he acted alone. He was alone, just like they're trying to tell us now about Trump's assassin. They said Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. He was a lone gunman. Anybody who did not believe that was branded a conspiracy theorist. And that's when the term was invented back in the early 60s. It was used to label people who did not believe that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. Well, guess what? You can't hardly find any Americans that think that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. So I guess that means we're all conspiracy theorists. So, I really, think, man, engage your brains. So anyway, as I said, this video is the culmination of all the hate, the lies, the lawfare, the fake news, and everything culminating into this man almost getting killed. And yet he comes out on stage with nothing but love and good cheer and good humor. Who does that? No, Biden could never do that. Biden is filled with hate. He gets up in his well, he doesn't even have a rally, but at his events, and he says that people like me are fascists. So let's talk about that now. I talked about I said that I've written a lot of articles and made a lot of videos. I told you that Democrats are evil, and they accuse Trump and people like me of the very things that they themselves are guilty of. To wit, let me name a few. All the anti-Semitic, Jew-hating people, those disgusting people that we've seen out rioting and protesting, none of those people are Republicans. None of those people are conservatives. They're all leftists on the left. Let's talk about groomers who sexualize children in school. These freaky broads with the purple hair and the nose ring who are actually teachers and don't even know what sex they are. They're trying to tell your kids that it's okay to change their pronouns and their genders, and they won't tell the parents about it. Those people are not Republicans. They're not conservatives. They are leftists. They are Democrats. The story of Sodom and Gomorrah, do I even need to mention it? Who promotes gay marriage? Not conservatives. It's the left. They promote what the Bible refers to as a terrible sin. Joe Biden personally came out and said that he supports gender affirmation surgery. Do you know what that is? That's when a little kid, maybe 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, he says, "Mommy, I think I'm a boy." He says, "Mommy, I think I'm a girl." And then mommy takes the kid down to get his penis sliced off. What madness. If that happened, do I need to say it? And any parent that does that belongs in a prison, belongs under the prison. And Joe Biden is a sick, filthy degenerate, and so are the Democrats for supporting child gender mutilation. Need I go on? How about the suppression of free speech? Who is it that suppresses free speech in America? It's not Republicans. It's not conservatives. It's big tech in conjunction with the left. Remember when Biden tried to start up his committee for what was it, Committee for Truth or Propaganda or whatever it was, and they colluded with big tech. Remember Donald Trump had his YouTube channel canceled. He was removed from Facebook, and many conservatives were demonetized, and some of them had their free speech suppression. Happens on the left. It happens with Democrats, not with Republicans. Are you with me so far? I've named off about 4 or 5 bullet points. How about guns? It's always people like Hitler and Stalin who want to take away the guns. It's not conservatives or Republicans. It's the Democrats who want to smash your constitutional rights. How about CRT, hate and racism? That's taught by the left in schools. Need I mention the open borders? You do know why the Democrats have opened the borders wide open, right? Have you figured it out yet? It's because the African American community, which voted Democrat ever since John F. Kennedy, is waking up and realizing that the Democrat Party hurts them. I want you to think about all the Black Democrats in Congress who vote to keep the borders wide open and allow illegal aliens to swarm in this country and take jobs away from African Americans. You know what those Black Democrats are like? They are just like the Jewish people, those Jewish traitors in the concentration camp who colluded with the Nazi guards for, there was a few Juden, they call them the Judenraten. They for a little bit of extra bread and a little bit of extra rations, they would help the SS guards. And so that way they were the last in line to get gassed, right? They tried to prolong their pathetic lives a little bit longer by colluding with the SS Nazis. That's what Black Democrat congressmen do. They collude with the fascist KKK Democrat Party to hurt their own people. I will never forget when Donald Trump was president and he gave a State of the Union address, and he correctly stated that, he had brought unemployment down before the COVID virus, which really screwed everything up, the China virus, and that's what it is, the China virus. Before the China virus screwed everything up, Google it. Trump had brought unemployment down to the lowest level since John F. Kennedy was president. That's what Trump did. He didn't try to destroy democracy. But anyway, what I was going to say is, I'll never forget when he was giving the State of the Union address, and he correctly stated that African American and Latino unemployment was at the lowest level ever recorded. And then the camera panned around the Congress and people were clapping, right? Not one single Black Democrat applauded, none. Think about that. Think about that. Trump brought African American unemployment down to its lowest level ever recorded, and no Black Democrat was happy about that. What does that tell you about the Black Democrats in Congress? I'll tell you what, the Black Democrats in Congress are no better than slaves serving their slave masters and doing what they can to keep their own people down. The same goes for the filthy, sick, fascist degenerates like Joy Reid and Al Sharpton. Those are all Judenraten, the same equivalent. They collude with their slave masters in order, and for a little bit of money and a little bit of good living, in order to destroy their own people. And anyway, so let me back up to where I was a second ago. I said, do you know why they throw the borders wide open now? I'll tell you why. Because African Americans are becoming hip to that shit, and they're turning into the Republicans. Now, approximately 25% of Blacks are moving to the Republican Party. And it has long been said by many experts that if the Democrat Party ever lost 25% or more of the African-American vote, that would be the end of the Democrat Party. And that's what's happening. And deep down inside, they are scared to death. And what have they done? They have flung the southern borders wide open to allow all sorts of illegal aliens to come in. And they are going to violate federal law, and they are going to allow illegal aliens, people in this country who are not citizens, we're here illegally. They're going to allow them to vote, and they're going to disenfranchise your vote. And to all the African Americans who hear this video, you listen to me. Black Democrats in Congress are taking away your vote because they are allowing illegal aliens to come in and take your jobs and nullify your vote with their illegal votes. You think about that, okay? This is what is at stake in this. And I haven't even talked about the economy and Biden inflation. Biden has destroyed food and gas prices, home prices. I mean, is there any, come on, man. It's time to wake up. The party of John F. Kennedy and Harry Truman is dead and buried. It has been replaced by an extremist hate party, a Marxist party, an anti-American party. Trump is not going to destroy democracy. Trump is not going to destroy the Constitution. Trump is not going to destroy America. Trump is going to restore America. Trump is going to restore the Constitution. Trump is going to restore the rule of law. There was some MSNBC asshole on the floor of the Republican convention right after Trump's speech. And Trump had mentioned that he was going to deport the illegal aliens. And this guy's crying. And he goes, see, you heard it. He's going to deport all the people. Guess what? When you deport people who are here illegally, that's called law enforcement. It's called enforcing the law. If someone breaks into your house, you call the police and you get the police to pull them out. When someone jumps the fence into your backyard, you call the police and you get the police to take them out. When someone jumps the fence and illegally sneaks into the United States, it is the job of law enforcement to apprehend them and throw them out. Why is that hard to understand? Now, Trump said it plain and clear. It's very simple. He said, we welcome immigrants to come to America, but they have to come here legally. Why is that so hard to understand? Why is that so hard for Democrats to understand? Here's the truth. I just told you the truth. It's not hard for them to understand, but they're allowing it to happen because they're losing the minority vote and their party is on the brink of destruction, and they need the illegal aliens to vote illegally. That is stealing. That is another form of election theft. So, all I can say is, the time has come for good people of good character to, if you were a Democrat, you can't be a Democrat no more. You just can't. Okay. Maybe Trump is not in line with all your positions. Maybe you're pro-choice. Maybe there's one or two things where you disagree. But guess what? You can't use those couple of issues to allow you to vote for a party of evil, lawless evil, mutilating children, sexualizing children, destroying the borders, destroying the economy, lying through their teeth, perverting the justice system. Now nobody is safe. Now they are just like Hitler, using the courts to destroy their political enemies. You know, they say Trump is Hitler. No, Biden is Hitler. He is using the courts to take out his political enemies. So they tried to bankrupt him. They tried to impeach him. They tried to jail him. They tried to go after him. They tried to take him out of the race. Now they try to kill him. I beg you, my fellow Americans, do not let this stand. Vote for Trump. Vote Republican. So vote Republican for your congressman too, so Trump can actually get something done. Please. It's over, man. It's over. The covers are pulled on these people. You've got to vote for Trump. Please visit the links that I put in my description of this video. Please share my video. And please vote Republican in 24 to save this nation, or else we're just all screwed, man. That's just a fact. What can I say? Anyway, you know, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys in the next great American video. Adios, muchachos.